event. I know the NABC, Reggie Midman, Jim, and all the guys. You know, I think it's good to be able to teach your kids that basketball can bring something to real life, and so the Coaches versus Cancer thing is great. I thought we're still a team in the process of maybe growing a little bit. We show some flashes of, I think, greatness, and then we show some flashes of, you know, inadequacies. And I thought really, I liked Virginia Tech's team. When I looked at them this summer, I guess I almost said to myself, this is a game that we should win. And then, you know, seeing some of the kids that had sat out and this and that, I really think this team, Eddie is a hell of a player, and so is Smith. And we did a decent job on the other two kids. Emlulu, I thought we did a pretty good job on him. And who was the other one? 33, Wood. Those two guys we did a pretty good job on. For us, Dawson and Harris were average early, and then I thought Dawson really played well. After that, I thought Appling, our guys are getting on him right now, or getting on Harris, because if Gary would have made some of the shots he normally makes, it would have been a big assist night for Appling, and that's gotten to be very important to him. But Payne and Dawson and Appling, I thought, did a great job, and Harris kind of working his way out of this little mini slump. And believe it or not, I thought we got a lot out of Costello for 0, 0, 0s and only 2 rebounds. Defensively, he did some of the things we wanted. So, average first 5 minutes, and then played okay, and then great last 5, and great 12, 13 minutes second half. In the last 7, I thought we started playing the score. But I think Virginia Tech is going to be decent, and hopefully we're taking a little step forward. So questions, I'll take them.
Please wait for the mic.
Sorry.
Tom, career night for Payne. What helped him be so prolific, especially from three-point range?
Well, you know, I'm just getting so proud of this kid because he's starting to play within himself. He's very efficient right now. He's, you know, I thought 1-3 he forced the first half, but you know, when you score that many points on 15 shots, getting to the line a little bit more. I thought he had some big time rebounds. He's running, and maybe what's getting overlooked, because he was not a great defender last year. I think his defense is 3 times what it was. So, you know, it's a good time to say I appreciate, understand all the freshmen, but I hope we start appreciating guys that stay around school and get better, because those 2 guys have grown up so much, and they're going to be players at more than just this level before it's done. So I'm really proud of my 2 seniors, Appling and Payne.
Tom, the question I've got for you is Adrian at this point the best 4 you've had at Michigan State during your time? Yeah,
I think he definitely is. And you know, we had a good shooter in Granger, and of course Hudson played at 4 or 5 and did some things, and you know, we had some good guys in the end of the 2008, 9, 10 era. But if you look at all things right now, I think he's one of the best, you know, I guess power forwards or stretch forwards or whatever you want to call them now, hybrid forwards. You know, everybody's got a new name for it. But he's playing within himself. There was a time he couldn't play 20 minutes. You know, it's just his conditioning, his strength. I mean, he's a perfect example that it's okay to stay in school and get better. And we'll see when it's all said and done where he and we end up with it.
Tom, you called the timeout with, I think, about 7.5 left. What did you see that you didn't like?
Well, we just started playing to score, and you know, and I got some guys in there. I'm trying to find the biggest problem I've had so far is substitution pattern. I haven't done a very good job with it because I'm trying to play 12 guys a little bit, or I was. I'm trying to shrink that down now, and I want it to be they earn it or they lose it, and so I got to coach them just the same way, because somebody's got to step up, and that maybe not 6 and 7, but 7, 8, 9 spot, especially with our bigs gone and Schilling, and so I wasn't real pleased with that. And And as good as he's been, Alvin Ellis has been a great kid in practice, but getting kind of casual with the ball, having turnover at 2, and I just don't want to play like that. So, pardon me if I drag the game on, but there's certain things that I feel I got to do right now until I get my rotation done.
Coach, you kind of touched on it earlier, but you guys are obviously the #1 team in the country, and the major media is giving all the pub to the quote-unquote freshman sensations. Does that play into your mindset? Does it give you any added motivation? Does it make you want to play hard or anything along that line?
No, you know what? It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I hate to say it because it would be a good story if it did. It just disappoints me. I'm not sure it's great for college basketball, you know, and I've talked to some very prominent coaches that feel the same way. And yet I have no problem. I think guys deserve what they get, but we're making it so crazy now. I mean, you know, we're not a dominating one team by any means, but we're kind of the nice team that has gotten better each year with a couple players that have gotten better each year. The way it's supposed to work, and you know, when you start looking at 72% now, I think of our baskets are from assists. That's sick. A good sick. It's a good sick. But I mean, that is, as the players would say, that's bad, man. That's really bad, which means good. I got to learn the lingo, but I mean, it is really good, and that shows you how unselfish and the kind of guys they got, and that's because they did it the way it's supposed to be. You grow together as a team, and over a couple of years, you grow together in the summer. But I don't have any ill feelings for the freshmen or anybody else. But I think, you know, if we don't watch it, it's going to send a bad message, both from the media, from the coaches, and from everybody, in my humble opinion.
Tom, was this performance an indication that they're feeling a little bit more comfortable with the #1 ranking, or am I making too much of it?
You know, I mean, maybe. I mean, it was a rough week last week for a variety of reasons. We played one team in Columbia who really slowed it down and ran their offense patient and did a great job. And we played a little bit of the second half against Portland, but it's so hard to get an evaluation on teams right now, too, you know. I'm watching so many upsets in college basketball already. And I've said all along that I think part of the problem is going to be, can those freshmen handle it? Can everybody handle the Twitter and the texting and this and that? I mean, it's disappointing to me because I think these poor kids are under such pressure, they hardly get to enjoy it. I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that we enjoy, because I do enjoy this team, and I'm going to get on them harder because they can take it, and they're grizzled, they're well, you know, they've been through it, and maybe we're a little more comfortable. I'm never comfortable, but you know, there's so much basketball that be played, but it is nice to come out and really turn up our defense for that stretch, even though this team scored. I mean, that game was won with our defense between the 5-minute mark of the first half and probably the 10-minute mark of the second, and I thought that was the difference in the game.
Got time for one more?
The question that I've got for you is, obviously you've been disappointed with some of the rebounding performances, and again, you know, I mean, not much of a margin tonight. Do you attribute that to the amount of three-point shots that are going up against your team at this point, that there's a lot of long balls?
Yeah, I thought there were a lot of loose balls. That's a very good point. I thought another thing is, you know, when teams, you know, we are doing a decent job not fouling. We're one of the few teams that seem to be shooting 40 free throws against us, which is the good thing. The bad thing about that is, you know, I think we're giving up a little more penetration, and on those long rebounds, teams are, you know, guards are doing a little better job than ours, which we gotta. But when they go 14 for 15 from the line, if they're shooting 30 free throws and they miss 10 or 12 of them, you're getting 90% of those rebounds, and we're not getting any because of what teams are shooting against us or the lack thereof. They're shooting and the three-point. So it's not like we're poor in my mind when I watch the film, but it's kind of un-Michigan State characteristic to be in this, and so it'll give me something to be ticked off about, and that's kind of good news.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks.